What up guys, Spyro here! Before we start the video, I just want to let you know how you can help JT Anime's channel grow by going to check out their merch store on Etsy. You can help support the channel by purchasing merchandise like It's Bringing You All That Nerdy Goodness t-shirt, multiple variants coming soon. And just to remind you, new merchandise will be added regularly and all confirmed purchases get a special shout out in future videos. You can also support them at their Buy Me a Coffee page where they'll soon be offering membership exclusive content such as new videos and more of their original and upcoming content like JT Anime and Nerd's new Pendragon Knights of the Round, one of many stories in JT Anime's new superhero universe. Finally, be sure to check out their Amazon affiliate links in the description and pinned comment below. You can not only find incredible products, but also help them toward our goal of turning this YouTube channel into a full-time gig, so they can provide you with higher quality content. So be sure to Hulk smash that subscribe button for more content. JT Anime and Nerd, bring you all that nerdy goodness. Enjoy the video. What up guys, JT Anime and Nerd here, bringing you all that nerdy goodness. Today is a video way different than what I usually put out, but very close to my heart, as this has been a project that I have been working on years toward that I have dubbed the Excaliverse. In case you don't know, the Excaliverse is my own superhero comic universe where characters from mythology, fairy tales, classic horror, and certain parts of history all exist in one universe. The idea stemmed from thinking about characters based on mythology like Thor from Marvel Comics or Wonder Woman from DC Comics, one from Norse mythology and one from Greek mythology, and thought that if they could adapt their own version of mythological characters into their own superheroes, why not adapt mythology itself into a superhero universe? In this version of Earth, which people of this world call Gaia, it's a mix between each country's versions of what would essentially be considered their ancient or medieval era. The most modern parts of this version of Earth would be America in its Wild West era, and half of England in its Victorian era, cut off from the rest of it that still lives in its medieval era. Although not at its funded stage, building its world, characters, and power systems for all these years has been incredible. I have made videos of the Excaliverse in the past, but they didn't gain much traction, which is why I was pivoting away from it for a time. I always had a plan to come back to it, but at the current moment, I really want to focus on my Spyro and Crash Bandicoot TV show ideas. But that's not to say that I'm not going to keep at this Excaliverse project. I've just been shelving it for a while until recently. So today, I figured while it will get very spoilery, at least to a point, I'll be going through each hero's individually, talking about their backstory, character arcs, and their powers and abilities. The characters you're going to see are the first members of the eventual team they are going to form, whose name I'll reveal at the end of this video. Now before I get into it, I want to make it clear that even though historic events happen in this universe, the timeline is not historically accurate. Historic events that happen in this universe happen in its own timeline. I like doing my homework, but finding a way to fit all of these characters and events together means I have to veer away from historical or mythological accuracies, and many characters that wouldn't exist at literally the same time do exist. So take that as you will. And also to take note that while I'll do my best to be mythologically accurate as possible, you need to take creative liberties to make these stories interesting. Also, for the context of this video, while I will be using the AI images I've been able to compile for these characters and places, as I don't have an artist who can make them yet, I'll also be using images that I've been able to find and download. So just a disclaimer, I do not own all of the images you see in this video. I also don't own any of the music, so without further ado, let's step right in to the Excaliverse. Hercules. Originally known as Heracles but born with the name Alcaeus. As everybody knows, Hercules is the son of Zeus, who laid with Alcmene, the queen of Tiryns and wife of King Amphitryon. As a baby, Hercules possessed superhuman strength, being the result of being born a demigod. This was shown in Heracles when he killed 2 snakes as a baby just in attempt to play with them. Despite being meant to rule his own kingdom, his birth was held back by his stepmother, the goddess known as Hera. So he was born never inheriting Tierns or Mycenae. Growing up, Hercules would be raised as a royal, but chose the path of a warrior due to his superhuman strength. During those times, he never thought what his future could be until he saw his first gladiator match, leading him down a path of a gladiator. For many years, Heracles was the most famous and powerful gladiator in all of Greece, and even known in Rome, which Greece considered their sporting rivals. However, Heracles' talents would be used by Eurystheus, king of Tierns and Mycenae, also known as the cousin of Heracles. For any who don't know, however, Hercules is Heracles' Roman name that Eurystheus uses to mess with Heracles, as Heracles sees Rome as their gladiatorial rivals and therefore hates them, just like any football or sports fan would. For years, Heracles served his cousin, despite his thoughts of inferiority toward him, but respected the authority of the crown. During his years as a gladiator, Heracles would meet and eventually marry a girl named Megara. Together they had 3 children and lived a happy life. One day during a party, however, Heracles would awaken to find all of the patrons, along with his wife and children, killed by his hand due to being in a drunken rage. This would begin in what would be known as the Great Depression of Heracles. Ever since then, Heracles has done nothing but act like a shell of his former self, a machine meant to do nothing but serve his cousin. However, everything would change when he would be tasked to go on a trip to receive sacrificial cattle from King Aegeus, the ruler of the kingdom of Elis. Now everyone pretty much knows that Hercules is famous for the most basic of superpowers, and that's super strength. However, demigods in this universe are not like they are in mythology. In this universe, demigods are like mutants from the X-Men comics. They possess a gene that can either trigger or not trigger depending on the circumstances. But what every demigod does not know is that they inherit their divine parents' divine energy. Divine energy is a type of universal energy only exclusive to the gods. The thing about gods in this universe, however, is that they cannot just be born, but also made. Divine energy is basically this universe's version of the power cosmic from Marvel. Demigods that are able to awaken their divine energy are capable of slaying gods. For Hercules, it increases his strength enough to go even physically toe-to-toe with Zeus. The best part is, combined with divine energy, Hercules' strength is nigh limitless. It's only a matter of how he controls it, and that's pretty much all there is to Hercules' powers. Now, with this version of Hercules, there wasn't so much inspiration to take from, but I did always imagine him having the likeness of Henry Cavill, mainly because of his role in the movie Immortals, and of course, being the best cinematic Superman, in my opinion at least. Hercules' story, however, is ultimately meant to be about someone in between God and mortal, trying to find out who he is, what he is meant for, and who he is meant to be. We interrupt this broadcast to give you awesome merch! Support JT Anime Nerd by purchasing from his merch store on Etsy, like this Why So Serious Joker hat, or this I Always Come Back Springtrap hat. You can even support the creator himself by purchasing the Bring You All That Nerdy Goodness shirt. Multiple variants coming soon. Supplies may be limited, but new merch is added regularly. You can visit the shop by clicking the link below in the description and pinned comment section. And if you make a purchase, let us know in the comments below and we'll be sure to give you a shout out with every purchase at the end of each video. Enjoy JT Anime Nerd, bringing you all that nerdy goodness. And be sure to Hulk smash that subscribe button if you wish to see more of JT Anime Nerd's videos. Thanks for watching! Beowulf the Berserker. Born to Ecgtheow, the king of Geatland, Beowulf was born into a tribe of Viking warriors known as Geats, who lived for adventure and battle. However, the one thing about Beowulf's family is his berserker bloodline, as berserkers were a forbidden practice to create Viking super warriors that knew only rage and bloodlust. While the berserkers were long gone, their descendants lived on, along with their inherited rage. Ecgtheow's rage was known for bringing down mighty kingdoms, and even Geats have been at the end of this famous rage. But Ecgtheow would teach Beowulf to quell his rage, with it only ever subsiding whenever Beowulf was around his mother. Controlling the rage would, however, be difficult after the death of Beowulf's mother. This would bring Beowulf into a negative light among the Geats, all except for his best friend Wiglaf, who always admired Beowulf. With the support of Wiglaf, Beowulf would eventually rise to overcome his anger, but in truth, only succeeded in suppressing it. Beowulf would, however, gain the trust of his people and become a prime example as the Prince of Geatland. However, Beowulf's true story as a hero would not begin until hearing rumor of a monster within the kingdom of Denmark. Now, if I had to compare Beowulf to any character, it would be Captain America, or really any other super soldier in the Marvel Universe, as that is basically what a berserker is, a Viking super soldier, due to training of, let's just say, unspeakable means. So the only power he possesses is superhuman strength, agility, endurance, durability, etc. However, when in his berserker state, his powers reach to their fullest to the point where he can equal that of Hercules without his divine energy. But despite the lack of flashy superpowers, he does possess two notable weapons. The first is the sword known as Hrunting, which is made from the finest metals, though not any very powerful ones, but the sword he obtains after that one, Nagling, is a sword forged by a Jotun giant. Nagling is said to possess the fragmented power of Fimbulwinter and can freeze anything its blade touches, reaching and even having the potential to surpass sub-zero temperatures. Now, this version of Beowulf would actually be inspired by the MCU's version of Heimdall. It's weird, but the moment I saw Heimdall's armorless design in Thor Ragnarok, I immediately thought to myself, that's Beowulf. There's just something about Idris Elba's Heimdall's design in Thor Ragnarok that makes me just think about the character of Beowulf. I guess you could say he felt more human than God in that moment, if that makes sense. Plus, I think he looked kind of the most Viking-ish out of all the characters in the MCU, so that probably had the most to do with it. Beowulf's story ultimately comes down to a man searching for the answer to an age-old question. Who is the person and who is the monster? Only time will tell. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to check out our merch store, Buy Me a Coffee page, and Amazon affiliate link linked in the description and pinned comment below, so you can help us expand the channel and give you guys higher quality content. Also, if you want to check out our original content, be sure to check out the playlists linked in the description below. With all that said and done, I'm JT Anime, and I'll check you guys later.